And finally, let's take a look at the crafting constellation for Champion Point 2.0 for the Elder Scrolls Online. Hello, Insidesy. Yes, the crafting constellation. I think this is the one I am most excited to try out on the live servers when these changes launch for update 29 in 3 or 4 weeks from now. It's going to be really, really interesting. So let's go through it, shall we? Let's take a quick look first at the 3 standalone, non-linked, active champion points. Sustaining Shadows reduces the cost of sneak by 1% per stage, minimum spend of 1 for a maximum of 50. So you can get all the way up to 50% cost reduction. So pretty nice, actually. Professional Upkeep reduces the cost of repairing your armor by 1% per stage. If you do your writs, this is irrelevant. You'll be getting lots of repair kits. I don't think this one's super helpful. You're playing though. If you're very uninterested in crafting, maybe some of these things in here are actually good for you. You can kind of bypass some of the more efficient ways to do it by just using champion points. So Steed's Blessing increases your out of combat movement speed by 0.4% per stage for a maximum of 20% additional movement speed. Very interesting, this one. I'm quite curious to see what's going to happen here. So let's unlock, shall we? Let's use the key stars to unlock where we go. There are 3 main key stars and we'll start over here. So Fleet Phantom reduces movement speed penalty by penalty of sneak by 5% per stage, minimum spend of 8 for a maximum of 40, and then that unlocks Out of Sight, reduces the radius you can be detected while sneaking by 1 meter per stage. Very helpful. Minimum spend of 10 for a maximum of 30, and for some reason it's using centimeters rather than meters as its unit. So you can basically reduce your radius by 3 meters. Pop that on top of some of the existing armors that reduce your radius as well. You could be completely invisible. From there we go up to Friends in Low Places. Removes 1,000 gold from your bounty once per day when committing a crime where bounty is added. You must be level 50 for this passive to activate, and your current bounty must be at 1,000 gold or greater. Minimum spend of 25. However, to unlock some of these, unless you're coming around from the top, you'll actually need to spend that 25. So from there, we come down to Infamous. Increases the value of fenced items by 15%. A good way of making money. Minimum spend of 25. And then Shadow Strike. When you kill an enemy with the Blade of Woe, you become invisible for 5 seconds after a short delay while distracting nearby enemies or potential witnesses. While under this effect, you can cast the Blade of Woe. So kill a lot of people without being seen. Minimum spend of 75. And then from there we get to Cut Purse's Art. Increases the chance to get higher quality loot while pickpocketing. Minimum spend of 75. And then up to Fade Away. Escaping from a guard wipes 25% of your current heat, but not bounty. And that's a minimum spend of 50. So that's pretty much your stabbing, sneaking, stealing tree. Very effective way to make money. So let's unwind those and then put some points into here. Gilded Fingers increases your gold gained by 2% per stage. Flat across the board from all sources. I'm assuming from all sources. Minimum spend of 10 for a maximum of 50, so that gets you up to an additional 10% gold across all places. Then we have Fortune's Favor. Increases the amount of gold you find in treasure chests and safe boxes by 10%, on top of the extra 10% you've already got. So minimum spend of 10. And then that unlocks Inspiration Boost, increases your crafting inspiration gained by 10% per stage. Minimum spend of 15 to a maximum of 45. If your crafting hasn't already been maxed out, absolutely put points into here. But once it's maxed out, take them back out again probably. Unless if you're unlocking these other parts through a different way, I don't think you really need anything in here. So, meticulous disassembly improves the chance of extracting woodworking, blacksmithing, clothing, and jewelry crafting ingredients, and allows the refining of more powerful resins, tempers, tannins, and plates from raw materials, which is excellent. Minimum spend of 100 though, and must be activated. So note also that these, a bunches of these actually have to be activated. All of the sneaky ones all need to actually go up here into your champion bar to actually mean they're being used. So do keep that in mind. You may not have enough slots to do all of the things you want to do. However, these additional gold boosts, these will just work flat out without needing to be activated. So from there we can go up to Master Gatherer, reduces the time it takes to harvest by 10% per stage. Another activatable, minimum spend of 15 to a maximum of 75. So basically you can take as little as half the time. From there we jump again up to Gifted Rider, increases your mount speed by 2% per stage to a maximum of additional 10% mount speed for 100 points. Maybe? Remember that will also add over here to the movement speed. No, probably. Actually, I don't know. You'd have to. I'm not sure if it will add the movement speed and the mount speed will stack. Could be interesting. Let's sleep one in. From there, we can go up to War Mount. Improves your mastery with mounts, removing all mounted stamina costs outside of combat. So you can sprint your mount forever. If you have a fully trained mount with full stamina, do you need to spend 120 points to unlock this? Probably not. Most stamina on mounts will last for quite a long time. So see how you go though. Note this has to be activated as well. Maybe some players will need this for particular jobs, but most probably won't. So the other way we can go from here is over to, we can come down this way to Treasure Hunter. Increases the quality of items you find in treasure chests. This is a pretty interesting one. Has to be added to the bar to activate. But this will improve things like your chances of finding like rare paintings in treasure chests, good armor, that sort of thing. So worthwhile probably doing. Steadfast Enchantment. Your weapon enchants decay at a 20% slower rate. Not particularly useful if you are playing the game a lot. Your weapon enchantments can just be recharged with soul gems. If you're playing a lot, you probably have more than enough soul gems. You should always take the passive charging skills in the soul tree. So you can just, if you're killing mobs, you should be filling your soul gems automatically. So yeah, maybe not, you might need to spend some just to unlock sort of a different path, but not super helpful. Wanderer. Reduces the cost of way shrine use by 10% per stage. Another way of saving money. However, if you're in a guild that has a lot of people, or you have a lot of friends in game, remember you can always travel to player, and that's a way of getting you to a way shrine, and then from the way shrine you can get anywhere else. And don't forget, as you can see in a previous video, if you own a house now, you can actually travel automatically to the outside of your house, which is another way to travel around the world. You might need to unlock it anyway, but hey. Breakfall reduces your fall damage by 7% per stage, which is very odd. Whoop, I need to now actually unwind a bunch of these so I can spend that one, spend some more points to actually unlock these. Because yes, this is a test character and I don't have as many skill points as I do normally. So, Breakfall. And then that unlocks Soul Reservoir. When you resurrect yourself for another player, you have 33% chance not to consume a soul gem. not super helpful, and also it costs 100 to unlock, so I don't think that one's really worthwhile. Okay, so down this way, Rationer adds 10 minutes to the duration of any eaten food or drink per stage. Minimum of spend of 10 to a maximum of 30. For some reason it's showing it in milliseconds rather than minutes. This is actually extremely useful, especially if you're using expensive to craft food at sort of that end game level. Adding an additional half hour is fantastic. I would take that one. Liquid efficiency. Whenever you use a potion or a poison, you have a 10% chance not to consume it. 75% cost. Maybe some of those are very expensive. Whether you need it or not is like, don't know. Angler's instincts increases your chance of catching higher quality fish akin to fishing with another player. The effect can stack with other similar bonuses. 25 points to unlock. Reel technique decreases the time it takes to fish. Fish for a bite by 25%. 100 points to unlock. Very nice. Super helpful. All right, let's just wind this one back and then go back up this way. Master Gatherer. Okay, so Plentiful Harvest. Did we talk about? Yes. You have a 20% chance to gain double the yield from normal resource nodes per stage. Minimum spend of 20 for a maximum of 100. And then my very, very favorite champion point in the whole system, and I really want this one, Homemaker. You have a 10% chance to find a second furnishing plan whenever you find one in the world. And I would take that definitely. So, remember, these need to be activated for it to actually work. One thing I'd say with the crafting system, this is probably one that you might want to switch around fairly often. I could see that there is a gap in the market for add-ons that perhaps switch you between different states of the crafting champion point. So for example, you might have your I'm making gear, I'm deconstructing stuff champion point setting. You might have your I'm sneaking around the world, stabbing people in the back setting, and you might have your I'm farming or fishing setting. And you might want to switch between those on the fly, possibly. It'll be interesting to see what kind of comes out of this system. Now, I do actually have a concern about the crafting tree. One thing is a lot of these are about gold creation and gold making. If you have high CP, you will be able to unlock quite a lot of these very expensive skills, which means you probably will be able to make even more money at higher champion points than you can at lower. The one thing I'm concerned about this particular tree, much more maybe than the others, is that I feel it stratifies between lower level characters or characters with less CP and characters with high CP. So as you can see, this test character I've got has like 8-10, I think, roughly, champion points. And I'm having to really specifically go, oh, no, I can't show you everything at once. I need to pull this out and pull this out and pull this out. However, on my CP 1300 plus character, when I was experimenting in this tree earlier, I was able to pretty much put things into most of the places I want. I remember it's divided, the CP, the 1300 is divided by into the 3 trees. So I had something like 425, something like that I could spend in here. And it gave me a great deal of flexibility and no real downside. So yes, that is one concern I have with the crafting tree specifically, is at the very high costs of some of these, and also the way you need to spend a very high cost to unlock maybe a lesser cost further up. So yeah, the stratification of this that it might have on people's kind of amounts of gold is interesting. I'm not sure if they've thought all that through. Maybe they have. Good. Maybe they're going, nope, that'll be fine. We'll be able to manage it. Good. But yes. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I would appreciate it. Do you agree with my assessment of the stratification that might arise in the markets due to some of these champion points? It'd be interesting, right? It'd be really interesting. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. That would be amazing. Come follow me over at twitch.tv/ICYIC, link in the description, where I stream the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm a member of the ESO Stream Team, and I would love to see you over there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.